Welcome everybody to my channel. I am Lazarus Prime. Today we are doing our first review in who knows how long. Technically first official review. Well, I just reviewed Metal Hawk, but yeah. Don't mind the little extra marker in the background. Just don't pay attention to that. I have to clean it off or paint it over. I'm going to probably get a new setup for reviewing because I do want to get a new setup for reviewing. So yeah, anyway. Today's review is Studio Series 86 Brawn and Ratchet 2-pack. These guys are from the infamous scene where both of them get shot in the chest and die. So, Trauma, the 2-pack. So, let's start off. So, real quick disclaimer. Brawn is missing the front part of his left foot. I don't know where it went. I lost it on day one. I think it might have just not been in the box. I don't know. Maybe someone stole Brawn's toe. I don't know. But, yeah. Alright, so we're going to start off with Brawn, because he's the younger. I guess you could say younger. So, Brawn is Brawn. So, he does come with a blast. These both figures do come with blast effects. So, you can simulate them being shot by Megatron's gun. Or by Megatron. So, Brawn's a pretty nice figure. This is a pretty similar to the existing one from the This is basically just the original 86 figure, except a hole in his chest and different facial expression. So, not too much different. So, yeah. Sorry, figure dropped. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not exactly great at not getting things dropped on the floor. So yeah, sorry if this review is kind of weird. I have to get back into the motion. But yeah, for the figure, we got to start off with the head. Good old this is a face for sure. He's got he looks like he's getting some major if you know what I mean. Yeah, he's something. There's the hole in his chest. This chest actually goes fully through the figure. Well, not fully through the figure. There's nothing in the back there, but, you know, certainly something. Then we also have the Autobot logo, classic. We got the legs. These are a little bit miscolored, but, you know, that's kind of just how things work nowadays with these figures. Then the feet, all that. We got the good old pew-pew. You could also stick the blast effects onto the weapon if you really are that desperate. Pretty cool. But, yeah, we also got the back. This tire is removable if you really just want to remove it that bad, but I keep it on for obvious reasons. We have the Autobot logo on the top there, and then we also have some blue windows. This is after the clear stuff is gotten rid of, or has been got, yeah, whatever you got after we got rid of the clear stuff. But, yeah, pretty nice figure. So, let's do size comparisons here. He's a little short boy, so let's start with Studio Series 86 Cup. So, let's get the figure. Sorry if I'm actually doing a stringer reviews right now. So, here's Studio Series 86 Cup. He's Brawn's a fair bit smaller than Cup here. Then we have Studio Series 86 Blaster. Then we just get larger and larger. And then, lastly, but certainly not least, we have 86 Prime, Optimus Prime to be exact. If you didn't know, it's the only 86 character that has Prime in their name. Wait, no, there's no Rodimus yet, so yeah, I'm right. All right, yep, this is he's like half his height. But yeah, that's all the figures. By the way, just so you guys know, for future reference, that I actually broke the smokestack. Oopsies, there goes Brawn. I actually broke one of Prime's smokestacks. Technically, my brother did. We're not going to talk about that. But anyway, our next figure here is good old Ratchet. What a beautiful figure, wasted by the fact he's getting shot in the chest. I actually do like this character, or do like this figure. I just wish he wasn't. I didn't have the shot in the chest version. I wish I had the regular version. But yeah, he's pretty nice. Has the same blast effects as before. His blasters are pretty cool. We got two of them as well. Oof, I am distorting them. But yeah, we got two of them. Let's manipulate him so he's not looking like he's about to fall over, which he probably would. Face is pretty nice. He has that screaming. These figures are a little bit on the older side, so that's why you might see some paint scratching off and stuff like that. He's got a broken chest window. This is the exact same as the Ironhide figure that released. So yeah, he's got the Medbot logos on each of his shoulders. He's got the nice arms, and then he's got the hip skirt like most Transformers happen to have. Actually, not most, but a fair chunk. And then also good old legs. I think they're a little bit, no, I can't tell if they're yellowed or not. This part's a little bit yellowed though, because, yeah, sun. And then we have the back here, pretty nice. You got the classic old back, the front of the vehicle. And then we also have the siren, each half of the siren. Be careful, please. Sorry, that's my brother. But yeah, pretty nice figure. I'm going to go into posability in a real quick second here because I forgot about Brawn's posability. So yeah, we're going to do size comparisons first though. So we have, next to Ratchet, we have 86 Perceptor. Sorry if he looks a little bit goofy. He's a little bit taller. Or Perceptor's a little bit taller anyway. Optimus. Yes, I pulled him out second. And then Blaster. So yeah, those are all the figures. Now let's get into the posability for both of them. So we're going to start with Brawn, who is the one I forgot. So we have rotation around the head. Unfortunately, it's not much because of how fat his head is. And then we also have good old, like, you can go like that. You can go all the way around like that. You have the bicep swivel, can go all the way around. Nice, more than 90-degree elbow bend. It's a really good, actually, it's a really good elbow bend. That's how much I can bend my elbow, so I think that's good. Unfortunately, no wrist swivel due to the factors of the transformation, which I'm fine with. This is a small deluxe figure, so it's not that bad. And then you also have the classic waist rotation. A little bit restricted right now because of how the body, but yeah. And then you have a swivel here. You also got a kick forward, not really much of a kick back. You can also kick out. And then, yeah, like I said, the swivel. Then you got a nice 90-degree knee bend. So, yeah, around 90. It's not slightly less than 90. Or slightly more than 90. I don't know how to describe it. I think it's slightly less. Then we have Ratchet. So, Ratchet, good old Ratchet here, has a full spin around. You can look up. You can look down. Nice shoulder. You see it like an accordion. You can go 360 degrees around. You could still go out. I don't know why they did that. Bicep, got a nice bicep swivel. 90-degree elbow bend. And you can also rotate the hands if you didn't already notice. You can rotate them all the way around. However, I have the plasters in there. Actually, I could just remove them. Yeah, I need to remove Brawn's too. No, Brawn. Stop. Goodness gracious, man. But yeah, we have the skirt can go up here. You can go that way. You can go that way. There's also a waist rotation. I forgot to mention that. You can go out like that. You can make them a ballerina. You can knee bend, twist, and then feet, ankle tilt. You also do have an ankle tilt on Brawn, by the way. Pretty nice ankle tilt here. And then you can put the foot forward like this if you really feel that desperate. All right. So that's all the articulation for the figures. Now let's go into the transformation for both of these bad boys. So let's start with Brawn. All right. So for Brawn, simple transformation, simple back and forth going on. Now, mind you, most people will have the full foot for this, but it's pretty simple. It's just you copy what you do on this. All right, so first of all, I always start by pulling this forward like that, and then twisting this around like that. So where the front of the car is right there, and then push it back up. And then you grab the arm here, you swivel it down like that. You grab this, you push that in. Do the same on both sides, by the way, if you didn't know. That's how most Transformers work. Grab this, you fold it out as to where it looks like this. And then you twist the waist around like that. It's a little bit stiff on that area. Then you accordion out this. Make sure you do the same on both sides. You fold these in like this. So, same on both sides on a normal figure that doesn't have a broken, or have a problem with something broken, or not being there. And then you bring these up. You'll see the window pop up here. Make sure this tab here is facing inward. And then do the same on this side. There's a hole that's also facing inward. And then if you're not stupid like me, you're going to connect them together. like that. And then you'll notice that there's a hole here, tab here. This will also be the same on the other leg. So bring those in. Make sure they're all connected like that. And then bring this in like that. Yeah, tab it all in. Make sure it's all nice and straight. And then you bring it in. Make sure you keep the same both sides. Make sure everything's all nice. You fold this down. You make sure everything's good. Make sure everything's compact. And then, okay, that was fine. And then we bring this panel down here. Oh yeah, Kasha. Here's Brawn. Pretty nice figure. Missing a part right there, but besides that, if you were to have him in like as a car in like a role play, maybe keep him as like a car, not a role play, but like let's say you had like a stop motion animation. If you kept him in the car the whole time, no one would be able to tell that he's dead, unless people knew specifically that. I don't actually know what they would have to know specifically, but either way, pretty nice. Weapon storage. We have storage on the front here. You can have like a little turret, and then that's pretty much it. Unless you want to store the gun on the hole right there, but not gonna exactly work that well. Now we have good old Ratchet. So, for Ratchet, let's move you up here. So, first of all, we take this piece out here. Bring that out. Fold these pieces out like that. Put the head in. That. And then pull this out. This thing back. Make sure it's all nice. You fold the hands in. Make sure they're fully straight before they're in. So that way they can fold in like that. Bring these out like that. And then grab this. Yep. Rip it in half. Or not rip it, but you get my point, I hope. And then we grab this. Make sure you're kind of holding everything here. Switch this around like this. Put this in. Grab these. Push those in. Make sure these are flat on the surface. This surface, by the way, the back here. Yep. Tab those both together. Push this back in. Push this in. Make sure it's all connected. Grab these. And then you fold this out. Both of these out right there. And make sure everything. Fold these out. Like that. Connect these. Fold this out again. All these out. Fold this out. This out. And then you make sure everything's nice and good. And then make sure everything's aligned with each other. So that way we're not making mistakes. We grab each individual one of these pieces. We put those in like that. And same on the other side, like I said. Connect those together. Make sure everything's good. Everything's connected to each other. Then you'll see these little things. Connect that together. And then lastly, we're gonna keep this, make sure this is out. Fold these both in. Like that. Make sure everything's nice. Like I said, you gotta make sure everything's aligned so that way they can all fit in. And then you bring it in like this. And then lastly, you fold it in. Alright, so we have good old Ratchet and Brawn's alt modes. They're pretty nice. Ratchet specifically has a hole in the window, unfortunately. I actually really, if I'm going to be completely honest, I actually really like this figure. I think he would be really good if they sold him as a deluxe. Now, that isn't possible, unfortunately. I do like this mold, though. I actually think it's a really fun mold. It's a smaller Voyager mold. I wish it was deluxe, but, you can't really do anything about that. But like I said, this is a really nice mold that I have a surprising amount of fun with. Like, it rolls well. The Autobot logo, you got the Autobot thing logo right there. This is obviously ambulance. Though I want to get the version without the hole in the chest, so that way I can actually get it and like have it in hand fully. But yeah, like I said, really nice base mold. I just wish that it wasn't a Voyager figure, because if it was like a deluxe figure, it would be such a good deluxe. But yeah. Anyway, actually, we're bringing back the frame because, Anyway, that is it for the video. I will see you guys. I forgot about weapon storage. If you don't know weapon storage, real quick, we're going to put these there. Like exhaust pipes. But yeah, anyway, that will finally be it for the video. I will see you guys later. Bye.